Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to Shen Plays. Welcome back to Board Game Night with Aavak,
Hello.
MadDjinn,
Yo.
Marbozir,
Hi everyone.
and Quill18.
Hey, folks.
So today we're playing a game called Pandemic, and I've never played before. Marbozir's never played before. So these other three guys are going to school us in how it plays.
Pandemic is one of my
Pretty much.
favorite games. It's one of those great sort of what do you call it? Like the gateway drug, right, of board gaming? Because for people who've only played like Scrabble or Monopoly or other sort of conventional board games, and you want to introduce them to the wider world, Pandemic is great because it's actually a really simple game to explain, and it's cooperative, which A, most people have never done before, and B, gives you a good opportunity to keep sort of teaching the rules just as you go, and you don't have to worry about being competitive, and the person who's got all the experience isn't going to crush the newbie because you're supposed to work together.
So you're saying you don't have to worry about all humans dying.
That's right.
That doesn't weigh heavy on your mind or anything.
Well, all humans dying tends to happen probably about 75% of the time in this game.
Good. Yay.
It's not an
So we're
easy
going
game.
to lose, or we're going to lose really hard.
Yeah.
It could
I
be.
just
It
got
also,
a message, lost connection to server.
all right. That's
Can
awesome.
anyone see me in there?
I don't know. You can try typing. Why don't you go ahead and disconnect? I'll reinvite you.
That's a good
Okay,
start.
that would be a good start, yes.
Yeah.
Awesome
And then
start.
we'll
how
hope
great.
it's still working.
So tell us more about the game.
Right. So every player, so we go sequentially in turn. Every player's got 4 actions to do in their turn. These actions can be used to move around the board and deal with things. The point of the game is there are horrible, horrible diseases out there. We are people who work for the Center for Disease Control in Atlanta. And there are these horrible pandemics going on all over the world, and humanity is going to be destroyed by these viruses. And we have to go and treat people so that they survive, so that we don't lose the game. But at the same time, we have to try to work out the cure, a permanent cure for these various diseases. We win if we find the cure to all 4 diseases. We don't have to remove all the cubes from the board. We just have to keep the cubes. The cubes represent infected people, by the way. We just have to make sure there's not too many cubes or we lose. And then we have to just work out what the cures are. And we do that with a variety of cards. The cards represent cities and also have special effects. Like I have a card for Shanghai in my hand. It is an orange card. If at any point one of us is holding 5 cards of one color, we can cash in those 5 cards to cure disease permanently. But you can also use these cards to do other things in the game. And we'll talk about that once we start playing, assuming Aavak is still connected
Yes.
or can reconnect.
I noticed that there is an Aavak in the game. I'm waiting for an invite from you at the moment.
There we go. I will invite you.
There we go.
There we go. So now there's two
of you in
two
there.
Aavaks in the game.
It's your evil twin,
Cheating.
Does
the
he need-
bioterrorist.
Does he need new cards now?
You should still have them. Make sure you've got it, and then see if you can
I've
type in
got
the
3
chat.
cards at the moment.
3?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, you drew one too many, maybe.
Yeah, it would seem so. I can see you testing.
Yeah. So you should be able
There we
to
go.
just put the card on top of the player deck in the bottom right corner of the screen.
Okay. Bonk. There we go. Fantastic.
All right. Presumably, everything is good and groovy.
I would hope so.
So there are a variety of different roles you can play as in this game. Each one have sort of a special ability, and they change the rules ever so slightly. We could make things easier by hand-picking all of our rules, but I think it might be more fun if we just random.
Oh, that's random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Random
just to
roll.
confirm again, we're not using bioterrorist in this. So
Nope.
That's right.
Shen can't be a filthy Shylon this time.
Not today.
No
But he
Shylock.
technically still can try.
Oh,
We're playing this in
Technically.
Vassal, a game engine, like a board game engine that you can play multiplayer with. And I'll have a link in my description box where you can get it. Hopefully everyone will do that too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Everyone click the random rolls button.
Random rolls.
I may be field operative.
Where is the randoms rolls? But
It's
Archivist.
right beside the roll.
I will be
button.
the generalist.
there we are. Haha, I see.
Oh,
Field
Aavak,
operative,
I'm already
apparently.
the field operative.
So he has to roll again.
Okay, so again. Archivist.
I'm already the
Nope.
archivist. Get out of here.
Damn it! You're taking all the good ones. Oh, okay. I think my 2 field operatives outweigh your 1.
Oh,
This, I don't see
Rolling.
Marb.
Medic,
I don't see-
apparently.
I think I just
Yeah.
disconnected.
all right. Come
Yeah,
on,
lost
Mark.
connection to server.
All right.
Amazing.
Again,
Because I also
Vassal
random the
is-
generalist at the same time.
Vassal is very much a free piece of software, so it generally works fairly well.
So you're saying
but
if
there
it
are
was,
teething
if
troubles.
it was
No, actually, probably not. Not at 4.99.
And don't forget to take when you take your roll. Don't forget to take the little piece beside it.
Yeah,
Oh.
and put it in Atlanta.
There's little pieces.
Oh, we all
Yes.
start in Atlanta, do we?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Where's these little pieces?
Because America. In the rolls window,
Ah, I see. Okay.
it's easier to see once like people take their cards.
All right. So where do we put those things?
You put
The
your
little
little
thing-
Atlanta.
yeah. You put your pawn in Atlanta.
Yes, put your little thing in Atlanta.
Wait, where's the little dude?
It's
Oh.
right beside the card you took.
Gotcha. I see it. There's actually a little piece. That's
Do I need
awesome.
to roll again or what?
You didn't. Your roll didn't actually show up, so just try it again.
Okay.
Researcher.
Research.
There you go.
Oh, that's really good
There you
news.
So what are these rolls then? What do they do?
Well, the
So
rolls we're using.
we'll start with the simplest. The generalist is very straightforward. So normally everyone gets 4 actions. The generalist gets a 5th action.
That's me. I'm
You just do
easy.
slightly more. The medic is very cool. So normally, if there's disease cubes in a town, in a city, you can spend an action to remove a cube. Anyone can do that. But if you're the medic, when you spend an action in a city, you remove all cubes of
Oh,
that
wow.
one color.
Yay, me.
Okay.
It's very good. Now, here's the thing. Once we discover the cure to a disease, so for example, once we have the orange cure, then things change a bit because then anyone who treats a disease in a city removes all the cubes of that color. So basically, everyone becomes a medic once we have the cure for a disease. But the medic turns into what I like to call Jesus mode, where you don't even take an action. You just walk through town and everyone is instantly healed without spending a single action.
That's just right.
I just visualize
Lay my hands on their brow. You're healed.
People touch the fringe of your robe, and it's just done.
Oh goodness gracious!
Wow.
The researcher is
Okay.
excellent in it. The more players you have, the more powerful the researcher is. So normally, to cure disease, you need 5 cards of one color in your hand, and then you discard them where there's a research center, and that will cure disease. And the way you tend to do that is by swapping cards back and forth. Like, I have 3 reds. Does anyone else have any more reds they can give me? Or orange. Even in real life, the orange looks like the cubes look red, but the board looks orange. It's just a wonky printing.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So-
saying. The board.
Yeah.
Looks,
Okay.
the board icons look orange, but the cube is red.
Yeah, so I will interchange red and orange all the time, and I'm
That's
sorry if it's
fine.
going to confuse people. But so to swap cards, you have to be in the same city as the card itself. So, for example, I have the Shanghai card. So I can only give this card to someone if we're both in Shanghai. But the researcher can give cards away no matter where they are. As long as they're still in the same city as another player, the researcher can just give cards away. And so the researcher really facilitates other people getting their 5-card combo.
So we're all starting the same city of Atlanta.
That's right.
That means right now we could be swapping cards thanks to Mr. Researcher.
That's right. Although
No.
the researcher
Well, the
can only
researcher
give
can-
cards. You can't. You can take cards from other people if you're in the city of the card name.
Oh.
But the researcher's special ability only affects the researcher's ability to give cards away.
See.
So if the
for
researcher
example-
starts, if researcher is player 1, then it's awesome.
Yes, they start handing cards away.
Yeah.
So is this our order of play here? We have field operative and then archivist, researcher, generalist, and medic. Is that our order?
I don't know who's player 1.
Well, I guess I'm player 1.
I'm
We
player
can
3.
roll to see who goes first, but
Oh, do we roll?
You could just do it in alphabetical order of your roll.
I was just going
The
based
archive
on
is-
who actually took the player, because Shen's player 2. He's the archivist.
I'm player 4, so I'll go fourth. Sure.
all right, that works.
So,
So
I'm the generalist. I'm number 5.
players normally have a hand limit of 7 cards. The archivist has a hand limit of 8. And once per turn, you can spend an action to draw your current city's card from the player discard pile. So if you're in we will sometimes discard city cards because you can use them to move around faster or maybe to cure a disease, for example. So let's end up in the discard pile. And it looks like the archivist can go to a city, and then if that city card's been discarded, he can draw that card,
Okay.
which
Right.
is
It's
pretty
good
interesting.
because we might accidentally, give away too many cards or throw away too many cards, so they might have to rush through an area to pick them all back up to get the cure.
Right. Like I had that Shanghai card in my hand. I could use Shanghai on my turn to fly directly to Shanghai, sort of teleport myself to Shanghai. But I would do that by discarding the Shanghai card. And then if we want another red card later on to cure the disease, the archivist can just move to Shanghai and draw the card from discard pile, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, I've got 2 red cards already, and I'm the archivist, so why don't I just start heading to Shanghai? You guys can discard your red cards, and I'll just cure it.
That's a pretty good idea. I like it.
But how do we... You have to tell me how we cure stuff, though.
We discard 5 cards.
Is that it? Don't you have
one
to be...
color.
Let's see.
And you have to be where there's a science lab.
There has to be a research station. So how do you get a research station?
So one starts in Atlanta. That's what that little red crossy thing is.
Mm.
And you can build one in a town by spending the card of the city.
Yeah.
So if I walked to Shanghai and then discarded my Shanghai card, I could build a research center there.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And I'm the field operative, and it's really weird. So when you cure a disease cube, or treat a disease, normally the disease cube just goes back into the pile. Well, instead, I can move it on top of my card. And for me to cure a disease, instead of spending 5 cards to cure a disease, I can spend 3 cards and 3 cubes that are sitting on my card.
Oh, wow.
It's very weird. This is new in the expansion. I've never played with them before.
So you take cubes onto your card, and the card just sits on the board here, and you put cubes on it. And then you can use 3 cards to cure the disease, and 3 cards. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
so
that's
he just has to he has to run to an area, cure diseases a couple times, and then happen to have 3 cards. So it's actually
I have
probably
to cure
fast.
diseases with the color of like the cards I have.
Yeah, it's probably faster to do it with the field operative than it is to stack up 5 cards on a research lab.
Question. What happens when you cure... Not when you cure disease. What happens when you treat a cube? Does the cube go onto your card then?
Normally, no. It just goes back into its pile.
So it's just the field operative. So that means we might lose the game by running out of cubes if field operative just has a bunch of cubes sitting on him.
That's right.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Now, with 5 players, there's only 4 diseases to cure. So odds are I'm not going to cure more than 1 disease. So I'm only going to pick up cubes of a color.
Yeah.
A color I'm likely to actually...
So we can each focus on one area.
Yeah, ideally. You spread around the world, mostly.
But that does tend to cause problems because you can no longer trade cards if you're far, far away from each other.
Absolutely true. And unfortunately, we don't have a dispatcher. The dispatcher is probably the single strongest role in the game, especially with more players. And it makes the game so much easier with a dispatcher, and we don't have that. So this is going to be challenging.
But I've got high-speed action run, so I can just run all over the planet.
Excellent.
Trading cards back and forth.
So we have to finish the setup here. I believe I have to start infecting some cities to get us kickstarted.
Please do.
Wow. Okay. Well,
So let's see how this looks.
spare us the details. You know, we don't need to know.
We spotted the terrorist.
So, okay, first of all, I think this discarded infection here, there was the mutation cards, and we're not going to use them. So I'm just going to delete both of those. We're not using those. I'm going to shuffle the infection deck over here. I'm going to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. So I've got Ho Chi Minh City, Jakarta, and Cairo. Each one of those will get 3 cubes of the appropriate color. So I'm going to drag 3 onto Ho Chi Minh City.
Yep.
3 onto Jakarta, and unfortunately those are right next to each other, which is not what we like to see.
Yeah, that's potentially bad.
It is
And
a good way to start.
because they're close together, it is actually easy to babysit them.
Yeah.
Just like sometimes if you get like lots of these red cards, you're like, oh my god, red is going to explode. On the other hand, it just means you just sit in Asia the entire game and you stay on top of the problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now I draw 3 more. We got Essen, Algiers, and Johannesburg. So these will get 2 cubes each. Johannesburg is down there.
Yep.
And Algiers, we get some more black disease. We'll have to name these diseases.
Oh, they don't
I
have
think
default names?
the black disease should be called Jeremy.
Okay. Jeremy, all right. The blue disease I suggest is called YouTube comments. It's the most evil of all diseases.
Perfect.
I would have gone with Twitch chat, but whatever.
Yeah.
Twitch chat is also good, yeah.
The red one would have to be the absolute worst Steam forum comments.
Oh.
Wow, you guys are really getting it out of your system, right?
Yeah.
Jeremy, I've got nothing against any Jeremys, by the way. Jeremy,
You know,
that?
what did Jeremy ever do to you?
Yeah,
he
seriously.
Show us on the doll where Jeremy
He
touched you.
spoke in class today. Didn't you know that?
All right. I don't.
All right. So,
So-
are
all
we
right.
fully and completely set up?
I believe so. I think
Who are
it's-
diseases? We have the blue disease. YouTube comments.
Yeah,
Who's the yellow disease?
Jeremy. No, that was the black
Oh.
disease.
Marbozir, this is your call, I think.
Yeah. Yellow
gotta be
disease,
something good now.
Marbozir.
No idea.
Okay, it's called
No idea. Okay.
No
All
idea.
right, and then Jeremy. And what was the red one?
Steam forum.
Steam Forum. We got it.
Okay.
Right.
We're good to go.
All right, so I guess I'm going to start. So first thing I do is I take my 4 actions.
Okay.
So what the frick am I going to do? I don't even know. Probably get myself over to the orange area. There's some nasty stuff. I'm tempted to do the thing where we discard Shanghai, and then I teleport over there and start curing some of the red cubes, and then you can pick up Shanghai later.
I like that idea.
All right.
Nice, simple.
So my first action will be I will play Shanghai. I guess that's not the proper way to discard. There we go. I will play Shanghai, and then I will move there. So that's action number 1. Then 2 will be moved to Hong Kong. 3 will be moved to Ho Chi Minh City, and 4 will be to treat a cube. It's not a very action-packed turn.
But you get a cube.
Yeah. Now, do I want to keep this cube?
I don't think so, considering Shen's goal is to treat
Yeah. Why don't you move over to Jeremy?
Steam
Shen,
forum.
Well-
are Shen the researcher?
I am the archivist.
Oh, you're the
Yeah, I'm the
archivist.
researcher.
Actually, Shen could easily just run over there, hand you Tokyo and Sydney,
No, because we have to.
pull Shanghai.
The
and then you-
the archivist Shen
Oh, sorry.
would have to be. We'd have to be in those cities to do the swap.
Right.
Yeah,
So I
but
think it
you're all
makes
there.
sense for us to try to get the archivist all the red cards. And
Yeah.
so the archivist will likely cure the red disease, which means I shouldn't keep this red cube.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so I just returned it
Okay.
to the red dish.
I think you'd have better luck curing Jeremy.
Could be.
With
I
your
don't have
cubes.
any other colored cards. It's worth noting I actually have a special event card in my hand.
Yep.
I can play this anytime I want. And during this turn, the current player may move one other player's pawn as if it were his own.
Oh, wow.
That's actually
Yep,
quite
so
nice. That's very
Special
powerful.
orders.
Walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically as if you were the dispatcher.
Yeah.
Instead of Quill moving, he could move somebody else.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So you can usually play these at any time, special event cards, but this one I think only makes sense if I actually play it on my turn.
Yeah, I think it's only for your turn.
Yeah. So my turn is over. So then
Okay.
what I do is I draw 2 cards from the player deck. So I'm going to draw 1 and 2, and I'm going to show us what it is. Okay, I've confirmed
Ooh.
no epidemic cards. That's good.
Red cards, yes.
Yeah, red cards. Ho Chi Minh City, which is where I am. If someone,
Yeah.
if the archivist can come to me and take Ho Chi Minh City,
I
that
believe
would
I
get
can
you.
get there, yeah.
Yeah, that would get you a 3rd card, and you can still pick up Shanghai whenever you want, which is 4. Yeah, you're definitely on your way to curing the red one.
Oh, just to clarify the special orders, your card, it's during this turn, and so you can play it on any person's turn, but it'd be that person who then moves somebody else with their action points, not necessarily.
Oh, during this turn, the current player may move one other player's
Yeah.
pawn.
Oh, that's quite
Okay.
useful.
So it doesn't matter when I play it. It's that
As if it were
person's
his own.
turn moves
Yeah.
someone else's pawn. That's
Right,
kind of weird.
So
Okay.
that could also mean that you play it during my turn, where I get 5 action points, and I can use that to get, say, Shen into
To Ho Chi
Shanghai
Minh City.
and
Yeah.
Ho Chi Minh City faster because I can move him faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you have more actions. So
Yeah.
we're going to keep that one in our back pocket. It's interesting to think
Yeah.
about. Now, the last thing I must do on my turn is draw infection cards. Right now, the infection
dum,
is
dum.
2. So I pull 2 more cards off the infection deck, and we add a cube to those spots. 1 goes to Taipei.
Oh, just 1 cube.
Yep.
Okay.
And 1 goes to Sao Paulo. Now, right now, this is all fine, because these are all cities that haven't been infected yet. Right?
Right,
Because the ones that have already been infected have been discarded.
Mm-hmm.
But what's going to happen very soon, when we hit an epidemic, it actually, you take the discard pile, you shuffle it, and you put it on top of the draw deck. So then you're
Yeah.
infecting cities that have already been infected.
Gotcha.
So they just get worse and worse. That's one of the most powerful mechanics in this game.
Okay. Is it my turn?
It is the archivist's turn now.
Okay, so I get 4 moves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, we're
4
going to go
actions.
to Chicago, to LA, to Manila, and then should I go to Ho Chi Minh so we can be right next to each other?
That's probably fine. And then on my turn, I can give you my Ho Chi Minh card.
Perfect.
before I go and do something else.
So that's
Dude,
all
don't
I can
get right
do,
on
right?
top of me. This is really awkward.
Oh, sorry.
My personal space is being invaded.
Look, I'll be over here in Borneo. You can do whatever. So then I have to draw 2 cards from the infection deck.
First 2 player cards.
2 player cards, the bottom one.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
all
gotcha,
red
gotcha.
cards.
Now, do we just right-click those or just drag them?
I think you have to drag.
Yeah,
The battles
Yes.
are with all kinds of
Fantastic.
they go-
All right, so these go to
Your
my
hand.
hand, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Holy crap.
That's good.
You're
going
going to be ready to cure something.
Good. Well,
We
we'll
should-
have a good
did you
start then.
Did you shuffle this deck right?
He shuffled it with "Let's win." That's how
I
he
shuffled it perfectly. That's right.
All right, so then do we do an infection deck? 2 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many cards did you draw for your hand?
You
Actually,
draw.
2.
Yeah, you draw 2.
Osaka and Toronto, is it?
Yes, you
Right,
saw them.
okay.
Oh, does it show it on the
I
little list?
missed
It does,
Toronto.
yeah. Okay, so Lagos, I can do that, and
Let you go.
New
Click
York.
on the player button.
Got it. All right. And where do these cards go? Just discard
You can
them?
right-click on them and choose discard.
Got it. Done. Okay. That was
Okay.
quick.
Nice.
Now, it is worth noting you can only cure a disease at a research center, so we will have to build some out here.
Okay.
One of the roles is awesome because they can build them sort of anywhere for
Yeah.
free. It's really powerful. But here we don't have that, so we're going to have to discard cards to build centers. On the bright side, the archivist can pull them back out.
And yep.
Oh, that's true. So I can pull up Ho Chi Minh on my next turn, build the research center with the Ho Chi Minh card. Next turn, pull up the Ho Chi Minh city again, and then cure
Yeah.
it.
Actually, you do know the same one. You can, because I'll give you Ho Chi
You
Minh
have
on my
4
turn.
actions.
Right.
So on your turn, you can build the research lab, grab it back.
And cure it.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
you will
That's
need
actually
you will need a
really-
5th card, but yeah,
I can
because
go
I
up
think
to
you still need to
Shanghai
grab
real
Shanghai.
quick,
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's
fine.
fantastic.
All right, so whose turn? Who's next? Who is our researcher?
I'm next. I think
Okay.
we're missing my pawn, though.
Yeah, there needs to be another pawn. Now, I will point out the researcher and the medic. Your pawns are very similar colors, so
Yeah.
Marbozir, you might want to grab like something completely different, like pink or
Where-
something.
Where do
pink.
I grab them?
In the rolls, I actually dragged you down.
Here you go.
Or grab.
Here's
How about we grab
pawn.
the
Okay.
operations expert? That nice green.
You like green?
Yeah.
Okay, green it is.
Okay. Pull
Yeah,
you
green
out of
is
there.
fine.
Here you
There
go.
you go.
Fantastic.
Marby,
Okay,
green,
so-
empty.
I'm still quite confused how exactly all of this works. And
Okay.
It's going to take some
So-
getting used to.
Okay. So 1 action point to move per place that you move.
Do you have the action key screen up, Marbozir?
yep, I do.
Okay, so each one of those things costs you 1 action, and you have 4 actions.
So, like on Quill's turn, he used a card to fly there.
Yeah, I did the direct flight.
And on my turn, instead of doing that, I just moved 4 tiles, because that's fine.
So Marv, you have a yellow card, and so do I. We have a good start.
Oh, you could say things are getting serious.
So if we head south, we could always. Where's Kinshasa? Oh, that's way over there. I'm thinking of a good place to drop a research station.
Oh, wow. You know what I noticed? As the archivist, if I'm standing on a city that's already been discarded, I can pull up that city's card and use a charter flight to go anywhere in the world.
Yep.
That's insane.
So one thing, the researcher, I don't know, you may currently want to give a card away. You can give a card or cards to the medic and to the generalist if that furthers our goal.
Yep. Yeah. If you want to
Okay.
if you hand the yellow card to me, then I can run south into.
You're player 5, yeah?
Yep.
If you just
Okay,
drag
and
her
that
onto
will
the main
use one
board,
action,
they-
right? So that's
Yep.
one action, giving 1 yellow card to Mad.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you that card.
Ah.
I'm not sure if that worked.
Yoink.
Yep.
Got it.
Right, so now I can move 3 times if I want to.
Yeah, you have 3 actions left.
And since
You
this
might
is
want to go through New York and grab the blue cube, and then head down towards Algiers area. Possibly.
start cleaning up that mess.
Yeah.
Okay,
might
and
be-
grabbing a cube is also an action, right?
That's
Yes.
right. Yeah.
And it puts it back in the cube circle.
Okay, so I'll go to New York. And where do I put it now?
I think if you right-click on it, you can put it back on the dish.
Yep. Okay.
There we go. And
So-
it's got its own counter, so
So that's 2 actions. You get 2 more.
I
that
think
was
no,
all-
that's 4.
that was 4.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He gave
Yeah,
a
that was
card
4.
away, he moved
Right.
twice, and then he removed a cube.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, and what
So-
now?
Take 2 cards.
Yeah,
cards
2 cards
from
from the bottom.
Player cards.
Okay.
Oh, our first epidemic.
Oh, no. Marbo.
Way to go. God,
Yeah.
Marbozir, you're so bad at this game.
How could you do that
Don't look
to
at
us?
me.
All right, so
And guess
epidemics
what?
are the dramatic cards in here. There are actually 5 epidemics in the player deck, which is sort of medium-low difficulty. You can change the difficulty of the game based on how many epidemics are in there.
Yeah, and
So-
the robot just went off too.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Timing Marb.
So let's
Now we
resolve
lost.
this epidemic, and then we'll finish Marbozir's turn, and then we'll put a cut in there. So step 1 of the epidemic is we increase the infection rate indicator by 1. So that's this bit here.
Okay.
This controls how many cities get infected at the end of everyone's turn.
So it's
So
still
right now
2.
it's still 2. We're still fine. Next is infect. We draw a card from the bottom of the infection draw pile and put 3 cubes in that city. So
How do you draw from the bottom?
I'm trying to remember here.
The bottom of infection.
Oh, I wasn't supposed to move the whole deck, I think. That's
Oh,
right.
there's a pile for bottom.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there is.
How do I... We can't...
Just draw from the top. I mean, whatever.
Well, it matters.
It does
Yeah.
matter.
Oh,
So I can move like the whole deck back one at a time.
Okay.
That's kind of annoying. I mean,
That
in this
will take
case,
a
it doesn't
while.
matter because we haven't exposed it. I'll do it between cuts. But let's say right now, because this whole deck is fresh, it doesn't matter. So Moscow is what we're going to get.
oh God.
So
Yeah.
Moscow gets 3 cubes. I'll go ahead and put that 1.
Yeah.
2.
Jeremy is a bad
3.
disease.
It is.
Jeremy has been a very, very bad boy.
Sorry, any Jeremys out there.
No, we're not. You guys ruined our world.
So then this gets discarded. Step 3 is to intensify. We shuffle the discard pile and put it on top of the draw pile.
Oh, no.
So we shuffle the discards, then I put it on top of the infection deck, which is there. So now the
Infections
cards we're going to draw
intensify.
from the infection deck will be cards that have already been infected.
Oh, we got to
Okay.
clean this up. This is getting
Oh, that's
disgusting.
bad then.
And then
Well
you
done, Marbozir.
discard. Then you
Now-
discard the epidemic and Mumbai.
Oh, it doesn't. No, Marbozir still gets Mumbai.
Yeah, and actually,
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah,
it's to draw
right.
a card to replace the epidemic.
Oh,
Yeah.
What if it's another epidemic?
That would be very
Oh, I
unlikely.
need to draw
I'm actually
one
not
more.
Sure, I'm not sure if you
No,
get to
I don't. No, I don't
don't
think you get
think
to
you do, yeah.
replace it. No, you
Yeah,
don't
so
get to replace it.
Marbozir only gets 1 card, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Okay.
Otherwise, bad things could happen.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Okay.
It's like
Well,
epidemic
I got 2
and
Jeremys in my hand now.
Okay.
Good. You and Quill
Good.
can fix it.
Now, Marbozir starts to infect 2 cities.
Oh God.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
getting
okay.
that done.
And it's going to be 2 cities that we've already
No.
infected.
No.
Yep.
Yep.
Go ahead, Marb.
So I pull 2 cards from the infection deck.
That's right.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh no.
All
No.
Jakarta and Jakarta.
No.
That's really bad.
GG.
So, Jakarta already has 3 cubes on it of 1 color, which is the limit. So instead of getting an extra cube, I'm going to put a cube on everything connected to it, which is Sydney, Chennai, Bangkok, Ho Chi Minh City. Oh, Ho Chi Minh City already has 3 cubes on it.
No, it doesn't.
Let's go.
No, no,
Let's
no,
go.
no,
So
no,
it
doesn't.
explodes in an
You
outbreak.
took,
You took
you
one
took,
off.
you
Oh,
took
did I
one
take one
already.
off?
You did.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
That
realize
would
we
have been
finished one.
horrifically bad.
Okay,
So it does get-
we
it does
dodged
get
that
one.
Ho Chi
we
Minh
dodged
goes back up.
Don't
to
cover
3
me up.
The outbreak
Nobody
counter
puts
goes up by
Shenryyr behind the infection.
Senorita. So the outbreak counter goes up. So that's the first outbreak we've had.
That's
Yep.
right.
Okay.
Now,
I can
the
only have
outbreak counter
7.
doesn't do anything by itself, but if we get to 8 at the end, we lose.
So for the
Oh, did
Algiers
you-
card, does that only
did you-
add 1 cube?
Yes.
It does.
Let's add one to
Oh,
Algiers.
thank goodness.
There it is.
Thank goodness.
So we're not completely screwed just
Not
yet.
yet. It's certainly
Jeremy
bad,
is getting
though.
particularly
But-
virulent. Though.
Here's
Yes,
the
he
thing
is.
we know. In the infection deck, Moscow, Cairo, and Ho Chi
They're
Minh
all
City
coming up next.
are still in there.
Oh, no.
Yep.
If
Yeah.
we don't get a cube off of those ASAP, we're going to outbreak again.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like how
Well
we went from
done,
we went from a
Bob.
really nice start to an absolutely
Well, that
horrific
escalated
end.
quickly.
Yep.
Infections intensified.
And
I
that's
think
the
that's
thing.
it for this
We
one.
have to prioritize getting the anywhere with 3 cubes. We have to get one off ASAP.
Well,
to prevent these
next
from
turn is the medic, so hopefully the medic can get some magical miracles done.
There you go. Well,
But-
I guess we'll put a cut in here, and then we'll see exactly what Jesus Medic can do for us.
All right, it's everything's on your head, Jesus man. You can
Yep.
you can do it, Aavak.
Okay. I'll try, guys. I'll try.
Okay. See you in the next
Thanks
one.
for watching,
everybody.
everyone.
Bye bye.
Take care, everyone.
See you next time.